Alright, it looks like we're going straight to game 2 of 40 ounce versus Inti. It's going to be Patton, who just won his first game against the Zerg player Warlock X, against Lasthero, the Zerg player. And looks like we're going to be on Zelnaga Caverns, so there's a lot of potential for a wide range of strategies on this map. Looks like Patton will be the Terran on the top right, spawning as blue. And we'll have Lasthero on the bottom left as the red Zerg. Now, when I say a lot of potential for a lot of different strategies, there's first of all, there's a lot of things that the Zerg can do. They can go for a fast expand, or they can go for spawning pool first, and maybe get some roaches to defend first, and which is pretty common to throw down a spawning pool first, because normally you get bunkers around this area because there's just a lot of space around this very wide open natural. And for the Terran, there is just a lot of dropping that normally goes on from an aggressive player just because of all of this space that is very hard to scout from the Zerg player. There's a lot of space back here that you can harass with, especially Banshees. And normally you always have a lot of drops coming in here. The bases are very large, so there's a lot of potential unscouted area that you can abuse very easily. Looks like Patton's throwing down his supply depot at the ramp. It looks like we're going to get a standard block off here. Last game against a different Zerg, we saw him go for a pretty standard opening. He actually went for a reactored Hellion and got about 4 Hellions and did a very good job harassing. Looks like we're going to get a fast expand from Lasthero here at about 14. He picked off, I want to say, at least 10 drones. It was really huge. From there on, he swapped Tech Lab Barracks with a starport, and he was able to get Banshees. And once he got Cloak, it was over because Warlock was not able to tech. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to bring that aggressive harassment type of play into this game. Looks like we're getting a 15 pool here. So 14 hatch, 15 pool, nice strategy. It looks like he's not getting a gas yet. Will he go speedlings? I know I always prefer to go speedlings to start off against Terran because they're very mobile. You can scout a lot. They can easily get rid of any soon bunker rush. So looks like we just might be gearing up to get roaches here for Lasthero. But can be risky when your opponent goes for Banshees, especially when you find yourself being aggressive at their base, and just then some Banshees pop, which is when you'll be caught off guard and your roaches will most likely all go down. Now it looks like we're getting a refinery around 20, just about the same timing as last game, so it's pretty safe to say that Patton's probably going to be doing the exact same thing. He's even getting a reactor that he very likely will swap with his factory, and he surely will be getting a lot of Hellions out to harass. And Hellions are just great on this map. You can swing around this way, come in from the brush right here, and get at this really wide open backspace, and just abuse your opponent's expo that way. There are a lot of spaces that you can come in through here, a very wide open area, so it's hard for the Zerg to defend, especially if they have 2 queens here or a spine crawler here. It's very hard to reach every place that you could be attacked from. Looks like we also are getting a starport, so, and we have a tech lab, so we definitely can see a swap there, and my guess is that he is going to go for some Banshees here as well. It worked once, why not try it again? Do it till it doesn't work again. And the thing about this strategy, this 1-1-1 type of strategy, is that it's actually very nice to kind of transition out of, because your opponent is going to be delayed in counterattacking you. This happened last game too. I don't know, Patton apparently likes to sacrifice those 2 Marines, though I think they could be put to use. Looks like he has 4 Hellions out right now, but this strategy is pretty easy to transition out of, because you're going to have a lot of time after your opponent is trying to build up his economy or just situate himself after such a harassment. But it looks like he's getting a layer at his Expo? I don't. I'm not sure of the reasoning behind that one, but we do have 3 queens out, which I do like. But it looks like these Hellions will come in from the brush, and they will be unspotted as of now. They will take out 1 or 2 drones right with that one fire. It looks like there go 2 more. And we could see 1 Hellion go down. There's only 1 queen defending right now. We should have these other 2 queens blocking this ramp. It looks like a lot of these Zerglings are going down, but this queen is taking a lot of the fire. Patton didn't do as nearly good of a job as he could have right there. It looks like he's taking out a lot of these Zerglings. He has to get off of this creep so he can deal with the speed of these speedlings. And he looks like he is going to go into the main base of Lasthero here. Oh, will he have any Hellions left to do any economic damage, though? That is the question. And no, it looks like both of these Hellions are going to go down. No more drones will be picked off, but in the meantime, it looks like we're getting an engineering bay, an armory, and a factory going down. So basically the same transition as we saw last game, except Lasthero faring much better. I think he lost maybe 3 drones total, so he definitely put a stop to that. But oh, in comes the cloaked Banshee. Did not even see this coming, and it looks like the Overseer is not yet out, so we're definitely going to get a couple of drones here. There goes 2 or 3 right there. It looks like 5 kills already from this one Banshee. It goes 8. It looks like it's already at 7 kills, and now it's just going to go to the other base, but it looks like it might just get picked off if it's not careful. Oh, it looks like it's going to get away just in time. Here comes the Spire, which is spotted by this Banshee. Serves twofold. Very good at harassing and scouting at the same time, so he knows what he's dealing with exactly right now. Would not surprise me to see him swap this barracks with his starport and then just start pumping out some Vikings. Looks like, oh, he's just going to go Vikings on his tech labbed starport, but it looks like now transferring his orbital command, but he has to watch out because there are a herd of Zerglings coming in, but it looks like he has the defenses to be able to deal with them. Oh, it looks like we're going to get a couple Marines lost, though. We don't want that. Oh, it looks like just about all these Marines were lost, and the tank as well. Oh my gosh, these Zerglings all by themselves have taken out about 6 Marines and a tank. I did not expect that to happen at all. Wow, it looks like he had just the right amount, and that is actually huge. You don't want to lose a tank that early in the game because that's going to be your main defense against the Zerg from coming in to your expo. So he's definitely going to need to get siege mode. It looks like he has siege mode right now. Go to the income tab. Oh my gosh, it looks like the Zerg player is about 20 drones ahead, which can be expected at this stage in the game, but it definitely should not happen, especially when you're trying to harass this many times with Hellions and with Banshees. The deficit should be a lot more in the Terran's favor. So that can really come to haunt Patton. It looks like just as of now, he's kind of behind in the game, and now we do have 5 Mutalisks out on the field. Looks like the Spire will be put to use. However, there are turrets up, placed well in Patton's base, so the supply depot might go down, but I don't know what else would. We also do have a Thor lurking around, and we don't have Stim on these Marines here. That could, once Banelings come into play, which I'm sure they will. Yeah, it looks like we have centrifugal hooks even going down right now. Not having Stim is really going to hurt Patton, our Terran friend here. It looks like 1 Mutalisk will go down. Could it be 2? No, almost 2, almost 3 right there. So that was, we can definitely say that was an ineffective harass, though he was able to scout around a little bit. Looks like he picked off one of those Mutalisks with one of his Vikings right there. So that was a nice little play, though he could have used that Viking to scout around a little more first. We're getting just a lot of Zerglings. Going in the units tab. Looks like we have about almost 50 Zerglings right now. We have 13 Mutalisks. We have about 3 Banshees right now. A couple No, just one Thor for our Terran player and some tanks and Marines. It looks like just now is Patton being able to catch up in economy, and he also has those mules, so it looks like he's pretty good as of right now, but earlier on in the game when he was so far behind is what really is going to make the difference in this game. Looks like now we're getting Overlord speed. We're going to be able to scout a lot more easily for Lasthero when he does finish this upgrade. Oh, and it looks like there actually was a Banshee harass right here that I missed. My apologies. But he was able to bring an Overseer over and some Mutalisks before that hatchery went down. So it um, looks like that hatchery was able to go up, and he will have his third base right now. He's actually going for his gold as well. We should see our Terran player try to break down these rocks pretty soon. It's more easy to defend this base than it is over here. And it looks like we're going right in. It looks like we might have a little bit of a confrontation. It looks like a couple of these Banshees will go down. We're getting us around. No siege tank is sieged right now, but it doesn't make a difference. They take nice damage, and they saved all of these Marines, or a good majority of them. These two Thors and these Marines will ward off these Mutalisks quite nicely. Though I do beg to say that this amount of Mutalisks could have taken out all of that anti-air. A few Marines would have been no deal, and if you magic box your Mutalisks correctly, you would easily be able to take care of that Thor Marine combination. Now it looks like we're transitioning into Roaches for our Zerg player, which is definitely a good idea right now. Just because of the amount of mech we have, Roaches are able to take a good amount of damage from mech, and they do dish out a lot, especially when upgraded. However, this amount of Marines, though Roaches do good amount damage against Marines, they are pretty slow in taking a lot of shots, so it's going to be hard to deal with this number. He's definitely going to want some Bailings to complement his army. It looks like he has 4 as of yet, and he is kind of opening a savings account right now. And it looks like he might be investing in some stocks as he's really, really high in minerals. It looks like our Terran opponent is doing a better job of macroing at this point. It looks like he could be moving out to go harass, which definitely is a great idea. Overseer, I think, is out of place. Oh, it's with the Mutalisks right now, so good idea right there. And we are going to get a lot of drones picked off right here. It looks like we're gonna have about 7 picked off right there, and it looks like the Mutalisks are faster, and we're gonna get a couple of Thor shots off right there. So he was able to save 3 of his 4 Banshees right there, and he will back out after doing a nice little harass. Though we can tell that our Zerg opponent is nowhere near low on minerals. Though once most of his army is gone, he's gonna have a hard time rebuilding that. As he's not as high on saturation as he should be this late in the game. Looks like he was pretty good about it early in the game, but now he's gotten a little lazy about it, and he's really let Patton build up a lot. He's been very passive. He hasn't been trying to harass at all. There aren't even any turrets over at this base, so I think the Zerg player could be throwing away the game right here. Looks like now the planetary fortress is even finishing, and we are getting 3 more factories, which will definitely be going out for Thors, we can assume. And oh, no upgrades. That's going to be huge. It looks like we're going to get a huge confrontation. These Bailings are going to waste, not gunning the Marines except for a couple of them. It looks like these Thors and tanks are just ripping through all of these Roaches, and it's going to come down to the last few units. Oh, it looks like the reinforcements from Lasthero just might be able to take... No, it looks like they won't be able to polish off the last few units of Patton, and he will be able to move in, possibly take out this Expo, though he's going to have to be careful. The Zerg bases are constantly pumping, especially with all the economy and larvae they've been saving up, so he's going to have to watch out. Here come a wave of Roaches. Will they be able to take out all of these Thors? It looks like they are taking really heavy damage. No, they won't be able to. Patton's army is just too strong. The unit composition is too much for these Roaches. I think he'll have to back up. Looks like Lasthero is just going all in at this point. He really wants these Thors dead. Understandable. And could he do it? It's going to come down to a few units here. Patton doing a nice job of reinforcing his army. And, oh, I don't know. This is going to be really close, you guys. It looks like this rally point is just a little bit off. But I think Lasthero is barely going to be able to hold off that attack. But as a cost, we see that our Terran player has doubled the amount of harvesters of his opponent. So that is huge. He has his gold fully saturated. And it looks like Lasthero is going for a last attack. He wants to come ahead in this game. And right now is the only weak timing that Patton has. It looks like he's going to be using Stim. And we are going to see all of these units go down. If he can get a couple Thors out, I think he would be fine. But he's using these for tanks. Oh, this could actually be really bad for Patton. He's caught really off guard here. He doesn't have any Marauders either to deal with these roaches. And it looks like these roaches are just going to go unchecked, creating all sorts of havoc around the map. But we do get a siege tank sieged up miraculously. And it will start doing some damage. We do have one Banshee as well, but just a lot of roaches coming in. They will be just going straight beeline for the main of Patton, but it looks like his defenses are sufficient enough, and he's using his wall in still this late in the game, and these tanks and Banshees will be able to deal with it. Wow, that was close. That could have been very bad for Patton, but this Expo was probably safe all along as it had Planetary Fortress. In the meantime, we see that our Zerg player has started to catch up. I would like to see him take this base. It's definitely something he needs, more easy to defend than this. Definitely a lot smaller travel distance anyway. But yeah, our Zerg opponent's really just going to need to macro up a lot to be able to catch up in this game. He's pretty far behind as of now, just because if you can look at the harvester count, that's been playing in effect this whole game. And oh jeez, but looks like a lot of turrets going up for Patton, so he's definitely going to be very defensive. He's gonna go into an instinctively passive Terran style of play. This kind of reminds me of Beta right here. But oh wow, a lot of tanks. If you can go to the units, you can see just 10 tanks right now. That is a lot of tanks. But I think Thors are really the unit that he needs to be producing a lot, especially with this many factories. He can get 5 or 6 out at a time. They just rip through roaches at this stage in the game, and they are able to deal with a lot of the Mutalisks. But it looks like we did have a little bit of a drop. It didn't do much except kill a couple of drones. It looks like this Overseer is right here. It needs to move over a little bit. Oh, no, excuse me. It looks like it is in range of sight, and these Mutalisks will be able to take down. But in the meantime, we did have these Mutalisks go for the SCVs of Patton. Only right now is he able to do a lot of harassment. It looks like we have switched the tide of the economy here. It looks like 84 drones right now up for our Zerg player, and 65 SCVs for Patton here. So the tables have turned, and Patton really needs to just he really needs to deal with this harassment. He needs to put 1 or 2 or even 3 more turrets down. It's definitely worth the investment, as he doesn't have much of a mobile army right now. He needs to use all the SCVs he can. It looks like he is pumping out Thors right now, which I do believe is what he needs, though he still right now only has 1 upgrades, though our Zerg player only has 1 attack upgrade. So, and it looks like Patton, after getting a little bit stuck, will be moving out and placing his starport elsewhere. Now it looks like we're getting good saturation for our Zerg opponent. He's going to swing ahead in economy at this stage in game, which you never would have thought just from the early events that have occurred. Though he still is not going for another Expo, which is definitely curious to say the least. But it looks like we're still making use of Banshees throughout the game, which definitely is a good thing. You want to keep your Zerg opponent on his toes. Looks like we're moving out for Patton. He doesn't want to be caught off guard. He definitely needs to bunny hop these siege tanks. If he doesn't get them siege, it could definitely be game over. But it looks like he will be able to. Some of them just in range of this expansion, and it's gonna go down in a second. Oh my gosh. Such strong attack from these Thors, and it looks like one stray roach will safely make it home to his swarm buddies. Now it looks like after taking out that gold, he's going to move back a little bit, siege back up. Will these banelings be able to come into play? That is the question. Looks like we're going to get a total surround with all of these roaches. These Thor doing a lot of tanking, but these tanks going down very quickly to these roaches coming right in the back of the army. And it looks like the amount of roaches just might be able to take out all of the Marines and this Thor. Oh, this wave of Marines just goes down so quickly to all of these roaches, which are upgraded with one attack. And it looks like we did have some SCVs come to repair the Thor, but these Marines alone are not going to be able to deal with this. He needs to get Marauders or something. I don't know what he's thinking. It looks like he's being stubborn with his unit composition, doesn't want to switch. This late in the game, I think he just needs to get some tech labs on his barracks and just pump out Marauders. Get some medevacs out, and Marine Marauder Thor would just do great in ending this game. But it looks like the Thors, or all of these roaches, will go straight for this planetary fortress down at the bottom expansion, or top I should say, and it will go down despite all of these SCVs repairing. Though all these roaches will be trapped. Could he take out all of these? That would be huge. Oh, it looks like they're going to go straight for these tanks. Could another tank go down? It looks like 2 tanks were taken out. And these roaches were all killed. So 2 tanks worth killing all the roaches. I do think that is a fair trade right there. But as you can see, we have a ton of gas for our Terran opponent. Will we be able to take out this expansion? No, he's going for the queen right now. He needs to go for this expansion, and it looks like he will be able to take it out. Huge surround of drones and roaches coming now. So it looks like, oh wow, we actually don't have any income whatsoever for our Zerg opponent, and we're just about next to 0 for our Terran opponent. If he can get this expo up, that would actually be huge. We're gonna rely on long distance mining right now, and we know that long distance relationships never work out. So it's gonna be definitely a tough position for both players. It's all gonna come down to whether Patton can just sustain this expo long enough to come back into the game and just make use of it. But he's using stim very quickly, and he is able to take out a couple of Mutalisks and a couple Thors. Has to be careful of these couple of Banelings, but it looks like they're going straight. Oh no, straight for this expansion. These 3 Banelings could take out all of these SCVs. That would be devastating. You need to split up your SCVs, Patton. Oh, it looks like he's keeping them back. And he's just going to be waiting to use them against the Marine Army, I suppose. This is being currently morphed into a command center, but I don't think that Patton realizes his SCVs are being targeted. Does he even have any more SCVs other than this? Only a few, so he needs to keep these alive. Here come a couple of Banelings, and they take out a ton of these Marines. Will these few last roaches be able to do the damage that they need? Oh no, the planetary is going to morph. Oh, will he be able to hold this off, actually? Oh my gosh. The planetary morphs just in time, and with that splash damage against the roaches, they will have to back away. Oh wow. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Bringing his army just in time to be able to stall long enough for his planetary fortress to morph. Now, we can see that the Zerg is still just mining from this huge distance. I don't know why he hasn't thrown down an expo here earlier in the game. Now he can't really, because obviously of how long it's going to take him just to mine 300 minerals. But mules should be coming into play here. It looks like he has thrown them down. And wow, I think that we're going for an all-in right now. And it looks like he's going to be bringing all of his drones, all of his units. And when I say all, I mean all. Maybe for a couple drones left behind. Other than that, he has to end the game now if he wants any hope of winning this game. Oh, these Banelings are going to be key if he can take out all of these workers. It looks like he will be able to come in. Just press the X button. Oh, yes, it looks like he will be able to. I think this planetarium just might go down. Oh, but we still have some SCVs and a mule repairing. He's going to take out a majority of the units. We have a cloaked Banshee that will not be spotted. And, oh wow, this game is going to make me tear my hair out. Looks like these couple of tanks that just sieged up, I think these roaches could have dealt with it, but a little miss micro and a lot more roaches than necessary will go down. And I think this is Lasthero's only couple of units left. And Patton really is the only one who can be mining at this point, though he is very low on SCVs. As is being noted by the observers, all he really has to do is lift this. Oh, okay. Our wish is his command. He just lifts this command center and throws it down. Definitely going to be the much needed boost in economy. It looks like he's probably going to go and kill off this bucket line of drones that are bringing minerals into the base of Lasthero, which are the only income he's getting. And looks like this one tank, these few scrappy Marines in this Banshee is going to be the only thing that stands between Lasthero and winning this game. Though he's keeping his Banshee cloaked, he can't uncloak it right now because that is just a waste of mana otherwise. This game has just been hectic, to say the least. Oh wow, it looks like two more tanks actually defending right now. So he is pretty set on units. Now it looks like we finally have the orbital command being saturated with mules and SCVs, so Patton should be feeling pretty good at this point. He's just making a lot more SCVs. He wants to get his economy going. As soon as he can do that, he can easily finish this game, but he's going to be caught a little bit off guard. Oh no, this is bad. This is a bad situation right here. It looks like all these Marines will go down. There were two banelings right there. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. It looks like he probably will have to lift this orbital command if he wants to survive. One stray Mutalist somehow was produced. And there are no Marines whatsoever to be able to deal with it. He's going to have to rely on staying next to his turrets. This game, I don't even know. Will Patton be able to saturate this? And no, I don't think he will. He's gonna have to lift off, and the Mutalists most definitely will come into play right now. Looks like they will be attacking. We need some Marines and just some well-placed tanks. Patton has to stay next to his expansion. And Lasthero is really just getting punished for not throwing down an expansion right here much earlier in the game. Looks like, oh no, this Overlord will definitely spot that another base is coming on the way, and these roaches are going to try to intercept right here. All of these SCVs, it looks like they will get a good amount. There go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there goes 6 of the SCVs, and now this orbital command that is coming in just might go down to only these 2 Mutalisks. That's definitely not what Patton wants right here, but he does have another orbital in his base. It would definitely be a good idea for him to lift off and come over here. Looks like that's exactly what he's doing. And it looks like he definitely needs to come over here with his army to be able to defend and not have to wait. Oh, but can we get a couple of shots off? That's actually going to be huge. As much damage as possible on these roaches is exactly what Patton needs. No. 41 minutes into this game, and if we just go to the units tab, this is all that is in the game. This is all that's left. After 41 minutes, this is all we have to show for. Now it looks like he's gonna be throwing down his orbital. at a peculiar place. Um, I couldn't tell you the reasoning for this placement, but it looks like we're also going to get a second orbital thrown down. Oh no, this is not good at all. Looks like these tanks are going to be intercepted by these Mutalisks. And I don't know if we're going to be able to siege them up in time. Will the repair come into effect? Oh no, it looks like these roaches will be able to take out. And is that the last of his SCVs? Oh no. I think that might have been. Yeah, that was the last SCVs he had. No! Cloak it! Oh my gosh, so close. Is there an overseer anywhere on this map even? I don't know, but he can use this Banshee to get rid of all these, no minerals, dude. He's telling his his partner to expo, but he doesn't have any minerals. Oh, he actually is expoing in the top left. Oh my gosh. Wow. So, this game really, I think that Lasthero just might be able to pull this out of his behind. With these few hero roaches, I just want to go look how many kills they have. 7, 11, 9, and 9. Wow, we have a Ravager right here. That was just huge. And if 40 ounce does lose this, it's just going to be a huge blow. Oh my gosh. If Patton loses this, I will be thoroughly disappointed. I don't know about you guys. And it looks like these two Mutalisks are the only thing that stands between Patton and making sufficient units to be able to continue expoing. Oh, he does have one tank. And he has a lone Banshee. Looks pretty grim for our friend Patton here. He definitely had the game early on, but looks like he just couldn't close it out. Oh, it looks like Patton will call a good game, even though I do believe the Zerg would have won. So, very saddening for our friend 40 ounce there. But I think Lasthero stayed in the game and played very well, even though I think Patton could have easily taken out Lasthero. But wow, just a few mistakes. Ended up in a really close game, and wow, that was just exciting to cast and to watch. So hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next game of 40 ounce versus Inti.